Breuer's here. His new book is called I'm Not High. The book is great, but talks about the SNL years. My favorite story in the book about SNL was meeting Joe Pesci.
You never heard that, man?
Dude, I just about that chapter now.
You know, we've heard
bits and pieces.
Thank you. Over the years, because we've known you forever, you've told all these stories on the air, off the air, hanging out at comedy clubs way too late after you're done doing your thing. But you went into detail about meeting Joe Pesci.
Oh, that was...
You really thought he was going to fucking whack you or something the first time you met him.
I grew up with some characters, so I know that world kind of exists. And when he came in, I went from, I really thought I was going to be in all the Goodfellas movies. I really thought, and this is my door opening to, I'm out of SNL.
Right.
If De Niro's watching me and Scorsese's watching me and Pesci's watching me, that's my ticket. Bye, guys. I'm out of here. So he comes, I walk in. It was the most surreal moment in my life. I walk in, he's just sitting there, like just to see him. For me, that was such a, it's like, there's God.
Yeah.
And then there's Pesci. There's Pesci. And I walk in and he's got the suit on. He's smoking a cigar. He's got a pinky ring. And he's got cufflinks, and he's going on. He's just staring at me, and I'm like, "Oh, Mr. Pesci, wow, I'm so excited! I can't thank you enough for being here." He's like, "Yeah, sit down." He goes, "You gonna thank me for giving you a career?" I laugh, and I think it's funny, and then he starts going on some gibberish talk about, of all things, Beavis and Butthead. He's like, I like comedy. I like the Butthead, the Beavis and Butthead. You're funny. And then he starts dropping some names and like gibberish. He's like, me and Jack, we were talking the other day. Me and Jack and Bobby, we were having dinner together and blah, blah. And I'm just like, did he just say Jack as in Jack Nicholson and Bob as in De Niro? Like, what the fuck is going on? And then he got dead serious. And he goes, are you Italian? I said, no, I'm not Italian, but I grew up in Long Island, and I didn't ask you grew up with Italian. I said, are you Italian? Are you fucking Italian? I said, no, I'm not Italian. Then where do you get off saying Dago, Wop, Guinea? I never hear Spick or Monkey or Mick. I never hear that. But you have no fucking problem saying Guinea, Wop, Dago when you're on a fucking show? That don't. It bothers me to say that, especially when you're not a little fucking guinea. That bothers me. And I thought he was kidding. And I went, well, it's the writers. I said it's the writers.
On the writers.
Pass the buck.
Nice.
And he goes, you mean Frank? Yeah, I talked to the writers. So he already knew.
Oh, shit, yeah.
He already knew one of the writers. He goes, Frank, but here's the thing. I'm an actor, you're an actor. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the script says. It doesn't matter what anyone writes. It what comes out of your mouth. That's what people listen to. They don't give a shit who wrote it. So, again, it don't bother you that you say such racial slurs like Guinea, Wop, and Dago when you're not even Italian? And I just sat there like, whoa, is this really? And like an idiot, I said, you should hear what they really want me to say.
All of a sudden, you're a kid.
I really was.
I didn't do it.
I really was. And he goes, and now, as I'm saying, I'm like, no, don't say this. And as it comes out, he goes, wait, like what? Like what? And I went, well, it's not really you. He's like, no, tell me, what do they really want you to say? What do they really want you to say? I said, it's more about De Niro. What do they say about De Niro? Now, like, oh, God. I said, well, they write a lot of jokes about him dating black chicks. He goes, now that's funny. You should say that. That's fucking funny. Now that's fun. That's humor. And then he went on this whole tangent about how his grandfather came here and he helped build half Lower Manhattan, and his family built it. I'm not an animal. You portray me as an animal. I'm not an animal. I don't walk around beating people in this. You portray me like I'm some kind of monster. You're doing a character of characters of me in a movie, and I don't appreciate the way you portray me. And I sat there and I asked him, like, are you are you being serious?
Yeah,
and then he took it to a new, he's like, yeah, I'm being fucking serious. Of course I'm being serious. Don't want bother. You know what it's like to have family members going, oh, you gotta see this guy. He's always portraying you as a savage. You beat people up. And he goes, and Bobby, by the way, he's a little more intelligent than the way you make him. We'll go, a little bit, a little this. He's not a fucking retard. I'm going, oh my God. I really thought he was gonna like take out a contract and go, now from now on, anything you make, you gotta come to me. Yeah. And you sign right here. And I own you from that. I really thought that was going down. And it ended with me almost, I'm not exaggerating. There's part of me wanted to cry. I really did.
That would have been fucking hysterical.
Did you explain this is happening on the SNL set, basically? This wasn't like in a bar.
No, this is in
like,
a green room.
Yeah, Breuer's getting ready to go on SNL and perform.
Yeah.
This is a green room.
This is the last thing you want to deal with before you go out there.
And he says, I said to him, I said, listen, I never meant to offend you. And again, he goes, you never meant to offend me, then you shouldn't say these fucking words. And he goes off again. I said, please just hear me out. I go, if you listen to the sketch, I listen to sketch. It's why I'm here. I said, well, I never call an Italian a name. I always refer to the people on the panel as like, what do you think? I'm some kind of... And he goes, don't fucking imitate me in front of me. I don't like that. So I go, excuse me. I go, what do you think? I'm some kind of whacked out wop? What do you... Are you accusing me? And that's why, as your character, I get mad at the other guy. And I said, you know what? I will never do the sketch again. I watched Goodfellas. I thought it was the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life. I watched Easy Money. And all the movies you were in, you're just my favorite actor. I used to imitate you as a child. And that's how I got the sketch. I was imitating you. And they said, we need to write this as a sketch. And I never, ever intend on... I said, forget it. Forget the sketch. I'll never do it again. He went, oh, you do it again? Because we're going to fucking do it. I'm busting your chops. The fuck? I'm busting your chops. Why you getting all hopped up with it? But I swear to God, to this day, I think he was dead serious.
Really?
Yeah, because years later I saw Bruno Kirby, and I'm telling you, man, all those guys say that. I'm telling you, the way they shake your hand and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And Bruno Kirby, this is what he said to me. It freaked me out. He goes, so I heard you met Joe. I said, yeah. He goes, how did that go?
How did that go?
Yeah, and I went, he scared me, and he just kind of smiled, and then he asked me, which is another freaky story I don't want to get into because I'm just scared to death about it.
Holy shit.
He goes, you like doing movies like this? I went, yeah. He goes, I think you'll be doing more movies like this. But it was that's a whole different subject.
Wow, that is
And we'll spend
weird,
another whole
man.
freaking day doing this, but I'm afraid I'll get whacked. I don't even want to talk about it.
I don't even want to talk about